So here we got a Splitfire 4003 3-point hitch wood chipper. Now, this is a 4-inch wood chipper set up for compact and subcompact tractors. And today we're running it on our little BX2370. It's a 23 horsepower tractor. And you could really run it from 20 to 60 horsepower in that range. You could probably get away with a little bit less than 20 horsepower, but you know, you want that torque and that power, so 20 is kind of the lower limit we suggest. Now this is a 4-inch chipper, which means you can take up to a 4-inch branch. The opening is much larger, and we've designed this machine to do that because we want to be able to fit in those bushy branches, those really wide out branches, so we don't have to cut and prune that stuff down before we put it in. We can just take it off the tree, dump it in there, and spray it out the back. So this 4003 has been modeled off our 4090 wood chipper. The 4090 has been really popular for Splitfire, and we've had good success with them, and people really like the way they work. So we've modeled this machine really after the way that one works. The only difference with this here is we have our pickup. Now the pickup on this machine here is got a Category 1 and a Category 2 option. And this pickup is quick hitch compatible. So if you're running an I-match or a quick attach, you could slip it on here and go. The PTO shaft has got a shear pin in it, so if you do accidentally throw a chunk of rock or whatever in there, it will shear the shear pin to protect your driveline on the tractor. You'll notice we run a gearbox on this chipper, and a lot of people, you know, are looking for a chipper that's going to be an all-around good fit for their property. And the one thing that we don't have on this chipper is a hydraulic feed. This is a self-feeding chipper, and the difference with this chipper here is that we spin our rotor at a much faster RPM. So you get a lot of chippers that are running a direct drive, which means that the PTO shaft connects directly to the rotor on that wood chipper. So the PTO speed is 540, which means that rotor is spinning at 540 RPM. The difference on this chipper here is that it's going through a gearbox, which speeds it up. We also have a belt drive underneath that speeds it up further. So we're spinning our rotor at around 2100 RPM. So it's about 4 times faster you would see a direct drive chipper spin. And there's a couple things that benefit the chipper with that there. You get the rotor spinning much faster, so you get a lot of that inertia out of the weight of the rotor. And also, we're able to push a lot more air through the system. So, you know, if you're doing a lot of bushy limbs or wet leafy stuff, it's pushing so much airflow through that it's not going to jam and have issues pushing that wet leafy material through and out the back onto the ground or into a trailer. So you could have a great hydraulic feed system, but if you can't push the material through and it jams up, you're no farther ahead. So this is a self-feeding system. If the blades are sharp, you never really have to push the material in, and it blows the material out very quickly, so you don't have problems with jams and that nature of an issue. So just like our 4090 gas-powered machine, the 4003 also has an emergency stop. And we like an emergency stop. You know, if something goes wrong or you accidentally put a foreign material in the infeed chute, you can push this and move away from the machine. Now, on a tractor, we have this system hooked into our seat switch. So the second you push this down, it's like a person coming off the seat and it shuts down that tractor right away. Now this is an optional, you know, accessory for you to hook up. It will come with your chipper, but it's not something that's mandatory to hook up. You could run it without this being hooked up. We like it. A lot of people like having that extra bit of safety, and it'll come with all the plugs to complete that electrical system. It's very simple to complete, maybe take about 10 minutes, and you just have that extra step of safety that most other 3-point chippers do not have. And just like all Splitfire products, we like to keep maintenance easy. You know, on a machine like this, you'll be greasing your PTO shaft, you'll be changing the oil in the gearbox every 500 hours, which is quite a while. If you need to tension your belts, we have an easy access tensioner on the top side. You can drop the belly pan very easily by removing these steel wing bolts off the side of the machine, and you can easily access those belts from underneath. And of course, you'll be greasing your two bearings, the top and bottom rotor bearing, and most importantly of all, your blades, keeping them sharp so you got that efficient chipping action. And rather than checking your owner's manual for your torque specs every time, we've engraved this aluminum plate here so you can just check your torque specs really easily, and you will not be pressure washing this puppy off. It's not a sticker. She's engraved down there for good. The other cool thing with the 4003 is you can set it up exactly how you want to. So I always get off the tractor on the left side and I want to feed from this side here. But let's say you get always off the tractor on the right side, you could, when you order your machine, tell us you want a right side entry on the infeed chute, and you could also change the direction of your exhaust chute too. So your exhaust chute can go out the back. I like going into a trailer, that way I don't gotta rake it up twice. But let's say you're running in an orchard or you have another reason why, you could change this exhaust chute to spit out the right side or also the left side. So it gives you that flexibility to set this chipper up perfectly for whatever your operation is. So today we're going to chip up this cedar. We had a good windstorm come through about a week and a half ago, and it cracked off a good chunk of this tree. So we're going to go ahead, chip this up. We're going to blow it into a trailer. That way I don't got to rake it up, and it's going to save me a lot of time. And this little chipper will work really good for this kind of stuff. All right, well, that broken section of cedar's gone. We have it in a nice set of chips here that we can use somewhere else around the property. This chipper works really good. You can see with the smaller stuff, it sucks it right through, and it does struggle on some of that bigger stuff. You know, the 23 horsepower is at the low side of things when it comes, you know, I had a couple sections at 4.5, 5.5 inches. If you had 35 horsepower, it would just maintain its RPM right through, it wouldn't slow down much at all. So, you know, if you have questions about this machine, give us a call at the office. We got a whole bunch of how-to videos on our YouTube channel when it comes to changing blades, sharpening blades, that kind of stuff when it comes to this series of machine. And you can always see more at split-fire.com.